Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites." So this is right here is nothing but Africans, so-called Africans, Japanese, and Chinese. So they was doing according to those people. They wasn't even obeying the law, statute, commandments. So they was dealing with these people, having sex with these women, and keeping their customs and serving their gods. And that's what we're eating their food, them unclean foods. That's what happened when you mess with these different nations. All right. Let's go to verse 2. "For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Ye, the hand of the princesses, the hands of the princes and the rulers had been chief in this transgression, in this trespass." So they started mingling. So they started mingling the holy seed. They was mixing the holy seed with these heathens, and this is what you was coming out with. You see this? This is what happened when you mix the holy seed, and it can be vice versa. You know, you can have Edomites that look like Japanese. Look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' mama is a so-called Ammonite. She's a so-called, what is she, Vietnamese? I think that'd probably be Chinese. So-called Moabite. That's Tiger Woods' mother, but his daddy is an Israelite. You see how Tiger Woods look? Verse 3. "And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment in my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonished. That's the disappointment that the prophet was going through, Ezra, after he seen that they mixed this holy seed with these heathens. We're not supposed to be marrying these people from other nations. You're only supposed to be dealing with the people out of 12 tribes of Israel. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Now let me go back. Now I'm going to show you whatever happened. Now see, even though this is a man, so your pedigree is according to your father. But that's not the only thing that happened now. Now let's go to Tracy Ross. Let's go to Tracy Ellis Ross. Hey, you see Tracy Ross? Look at this beauty. You see Tracy? I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Tracy. She look good on her. I'm sorry to tell you though, but Tracy is not a Hebrew Israelite. Even though Diana Ross is her mother, Tracy would not be our people. All right, let me put in something right quick. She would be considered an Edomite. See, this is the confusion of faces. And I know a lot of y'all thought that this was your people, but she's not. Let me put Tracy Ellis Ross. Let me put father in there. This is her father people. That's why she don't have that That's why she don't have that groove to her. That's why she don't have that so-called black woman swag. Because she's not of our nation. She doesn't have your spirit. She's an Edomite. Follow me to Nehemiah 13 and 23. It says, "In those days also Nehemiah chapter 13 verse 23. "In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashton and of Ammon and of Moab," which is the so-called Africans, is the Ashans. The Ammons is the Japanese, and the Moab is the Chinese. Verse 24. And their children spoke half in the speech of Ashton, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And this, okay, he says, so the Jews, these children weren't even speaking in the holy tongue, you know, the Requa Quadash, the Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, but they were speaking in Chinese and Japanese and African language, but not in the language of the Israelite language, Hebrew language. Verse 25, and I contended with them. So he fought with them, and I cursed them. He cursed them, called down curses on them, and smote certain of them. He killed some of them, and plucked off their hair, because he plucked off their hair from their face, because that's a dishonor to a man not to have a beard. That's why we're not supposed to shave. It made them swear by Yahweh, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Now listen to this. Verse 26. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his Yahweh. And Yahweh made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. See, Solomon has 700 wives and 300 concubines. It wasn't the number of women that he had. It's the outlandish. That means women from other nations. He was marrying these Edomite women and these African women, these Japanese and Chinese women. And so once he started dealing with them, what did he start doing? He started dealing with their gods. And that's what caused him to sin. And see the difference with our women. When our women go and sleep with those other nations, this is the shit you get right here. You get this heathen that's not an Israelite. And so now when you have a child, your child got to be put to death because your child is from another nation. Like when this martial law hit, and then when Yahweh Shai come back, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, and when he give us those spiritual powers, you so-called Negro women and Hispanic and Native American women who children got so-called Edomite, so-called Caucasians and Japanese and Chinese and Africans and East Indian fathers, they're going to be put to death. I'm sorry to tell you that. Your children are going to be put to death because of who their father are. You can't save your children. Only children, we just read in Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, that your pedigree goes according to your father's lineage, not your mother, your father's lineage. Follow me to First Ezra. First Ezra, verse 8, chapter 8, verse 68. It says, now when these things were done, the rulers came unto me and said, the nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollution of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Edomites. So this is Africans, Chinese, and Caucasians right here. You know, they haven't put the strange people away from the land. They were still polluting the land with these people, these heathens, these dogs. Verse 70, for both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. And as soon as I heard these things, I rent my clothes and the holy garment, and poured off the hair from off my head in beer, and set me down sad and very heavy. See, he was disappointed again because we went off with marrying these strange women and having children by these strange women, because they'll cause you to serve their gods. They'll cause you to go off. All right? And this is what you get. You know, you get this type of shit. This is what you get. Let's go back to Blake. You know, let's go back to Blake.